This is just over. We're playing against the friggin' snake against goat, like. Wait, the goat is Sahar? And you go to Sahar? Hell yeah! Finally! Finally, okay. Okay, so 100% winnable. Hello and welcome to another Overexplained video of mine. This time around we are playing a Raven together with Zahar's goat, a random wolf, which name I saw already, and we're playing against Rifle's Raven here. So, problem is enemies have snake, so we kinda have to take a look at the map first in order to decide what to do. And what I do is I build a scout camp immediately, and I see sheep, so I'm gonna scout the sheep tile first. It's very nice with Raven to either go for 2 scout camps or go for 1 scout camp and a dog in order to scout with 4 units, since you want to unlock rangers as fast as you can. So scouted up the sheep. Also with Raven, the first tiles you want to take with coins usually if you have the spare food. Sometimes you can take a tile or 2 with food. But here, what I do is I build a farm immediately because it's a farm in March/April. Usually what you want to do with Raven is you want to build a harbor, since you want to unlock rangers as fast as you can. But since it's so early in the game and the farm is so much value, I decided to go for farm instead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm trying to go for middle, or at least like boost for the goat to have middle. Realize the goat doesn't really want to go for middle here, even though like that was in the realm of possibilities. But yeah, it's fine for me. I'm gonna gladly take the middle as well, and I'm gonna work the farm immediately, and that's so much value already. Next point is I have to build a woodcutter on main, since I decided to go for middle here, because I don't have a neighboring open tile to build my woodcutter on. And usually woodcutter on main is not that rough against an opponent Raven, because he can't raid your main unless he has 500 fame. So that's fine with me, building a woodcutter there. And after the woodcutter, I really want to have a harbor, because you have to scout with 4 units. It's either 2 scout camp scouting or 1 scout camp harbor scouting. So building the woodcutter, assigning the woodcutters already, and the scouts are heading for the middle immediately. You see me like with the cheeky smile. I don't think I will able to get it. Already a little bit tilted, because honestly I think goat should have went for middle here. I think the 50 fame bonus for goat is super nice. Before this and after this game I played so many goat games, and just having the additional 50 fame from middle feels super good for goat. Like 3rd sheepfold, 2 additional sheep. Very nice. I'm also checking the lore to see what the enemy Raven does, because if he went for a dock or a 2nd scout camp, he should have overtaken me with the lore. But I see that he's the exact same amount of lore as me, so I would assume that the enemy Raven, just like me, is scouting with 2 scouts, and he built a farm as well. And yeah, enemy Raven is a smart player, so that makes a lot of sense. Scouting up the middle now. Very nice. Getting sharp access, immediately taking sharp access. I got the middle, I'm checking. I'm hovering if the enemy went for middle. The enemy didn't go for middle, because I didn't see any scouts in the fog of war there. And I'm gonna scout 1 neutrals here. Don't really need a 2nd free tile, because I don't have the villagers anyway. Reacting to the wolf attack here. And what's really sad is I got a wounded unit here. Doesn't matter that much, it's just a minus 20% production bonus, but sometimes it adds in the end. But yeah, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Like I said, building a harbor, I want to scout with my sailors as well. And I'm also always checking the wolf, because in ranked games you don't really communicate when the berserker will be out if you're not in voice comms, and you have to see when the Zerg will come out, because depending on when the Zerg is coming out, I'll have to scout my first ring, right? Because the wolf wants to scout, wants to clear me. Map is kind of large, like the wolf will need a lot of time to get to me, and I'm also not able to clear my lore. If I didn't see the lore stone on my on my first ring, like on the second tile you can see there near the ruin, I would have scouted my first ring before that, because sometimes you can even clear yourself by raiding the coast. That's not the case here. I have all the tiles I need. I have a nice fruit tile, which is secured from the enemy raven, and I have a woodcutter, which is secure from the enemy raven. Very important, you don't want to add any value to the enemy raven. And now I can just scout with my dock. You can see up there, when you look at the lore production, that's a lot of lore production. I'm almost on 100, and 100 the second lore means that you can take rangers. So stone on coast, not ideal, because Raven could raid that, and I don't really want to take this empty stone tile. It's not that much value. So what I decided to do here is I decided to build an iron mine instead, and I want to go for the Raven relic later on. So I did kind of like a hybrid build. Like what I planned here was that I built Raven relic. I go a little bit greedy with carpentry, upgrade my main, upgrade my scout first, and then scout, like go very, very heavily into scouting, because I want to know what the enemy snake does. And the other Raven doesn't really have to do that, but I have to, because information is key here. If the enemy snake goes for 801 rush, I have to be ready if I go for relic here, or if I want to go for relic here. So I try to scout as much as I can to get as much information as I can. And of course, after scouting up the middle, I didn't actually go back with the scouts, because if the scouts run, it's just like idle time, which I could use to generate lore. So after going for middle, I decided to like scout all the way to the back, like to the back of my base, and then take the ruins after that. In this case, it's just one ruin which is open, which I'll gladly take. It's a bonus of 50 lore, which is super nice. I'll be able to get journeyman with that. And now it's like a very, very standard start. Sadly, I have to build a house on coast, because I want to have another building slot open on my main, in case I need another secure tile, like another secure space for 1 or 2 important buildings. And from here on out, I plan to build a forge and forge my relic. So that's what you see. Like I selected my forge. I'm like, yeah, where do I really build that? I don't know yet. Wolf is coming here though, with the Zerg, and I got the ruin, unlocking me the journeyman. And now I can like fully scout with my 2 scouts. I can scout with my harbor. And if I need the gold, I would have worked the gold, but I don't really need the coins here. I can just forge the relic anyway. The only problem I have here, if I go for stone, like mining stone as well as iron, that would be way too greedy, so I'm not doing that, especially not since I don't have mining efficiency here. So another wolf attack, he wounds my other unit. I'm sacking one wounded unit there. The other wounded unit is in the harbor, so I can't really sack that. And the wolf is gonna be in time for the wolf on my main, so I'm not bothering clearing that. The wolf will just do that for me. And what is really nice is that the goat did the classic November feast to boost the economy just before the winter. That's like very, very standard play, because you want to save resources before going in winter, because in winter you will have a production bonus on your normal villagers. And in order to survive the first winter faster or easier, it's very standard, very meta to just do the first feast in November here. By the goat especially. So after this, I'm gonna build the forge. The timing is a little bit off. Like usually you start building your forge if you have around 7 iron, about that. But not that big of a deal. Would have still been better, and now I hit the Thane bonus with my 200 Thane, checking if I can raid the wolf there. Nice wolf tile to raid here. There is already a farm and a stone, and this will be a lot of value for my relic, like with my giant relic, because there are a lot of stone tiles on the coast which I can raid, so I won't lack stone anyway, right? Even if I don't mine the stone here. So I'm slaughtering 1 sheep with, like, I think it was 2 starving. That's usually the classic you go for. And I'm gonna raid the wolf coast. Not so sure in hindsight if that was the play, if that was value, because it's only like 50 food and 2 wood. But my thought process was, yeah, I have a second ruin and I don't want to slaughter my second sheep, so I'm gonna raid that tile instead. So yeah, it's not that ideal of a play, I think, but it's fine. Also, I don't really want like normal villagers to work in winter. They always want a job in winter because you have production bonus, like I said. So I just was like, yeah, wait, I have 2 villagers. Let's send 1 back and mine the iron. Let's continue mining the iron. So pre-build the woodcutter for the other villagers who are eventually coming out. And now I just want to always have my scouts scouting. So you don't want any idle time on your scouts. If you can do that, always checking like if there's any tiles I can scout. If it's see into enemy territory, then it's a tile I can, obviously I cannot scout because I don't have an upgraded scout camp. Another wolf attack on my lore master. The lore, the wolf, as you can see, is on the other side of the map, and I really want the lore to get cleared, so I'm attacking that wolf. And here I'm pulling back the villagers, slightly messing up the micro here, and that's why it's gonna be another wounded guy. So even I make some mistakes. Also, I have this case, like there are negotiators and exotic goods, and one of them boosts your trading, the other one boosts your sailors, and I can't really wrap my head around it why that is, but I always accidentally take the wrong one. Like, if I go for trading, I take exotic goods, and if I go for ship, I'm gonna take negotiators, and this is like the wrong way around. So I really have to work on that. But that's like a normal build order now. I plan to go for carpentry, and I'm gonna upgrade my main and my scouts with carpentry. So in order to do that, I need coins. So I have to gather a little bit of coins. You need 80 coins for that, so an extra 40 in this case. Feast certainly helps with that. And now I can set up my second food tile. I'm not really sure if it's worth it to build my fish here when there is a feast. I'd rather not have the idle time, so I'm waiting with that. And I will build the fish after the feast, because I don't want my villager to idle, and the production bonus on the fish is not that much compared to a normal villager, so I'm not doing that. Yeah, and I'm also not taking the ruin, like going back and taking the ruin, because I don't want idle time on my scouts, and they are scouting right now. So in order to get the ruin, I'm just waiting until I have my scout camp upgraded, and then I'll take the ruin with my third scout. Excuse me. So after the feast, right away, I'm gonna build my fisherman hut. There is a villager right in front of that. There's a villager right in front of that. So I can build that immediately. And now I only need 100 more XP. So you notice that I kind of looked at my coins and I was like, yeah, okay, I have about 87. So it's fine. I can upgrade my main and my scout camp with that. And I changed my dock to work the lore instead, because right now there are not any tiles left for me to scout to get my lore from. So I have to essentially work my lore master and my dock in order to unlock carpentry, in order to scout. But I am very, very fast with my lore. Like, almost Uriel's Blessing in 801 May is really, really strong. Checking the Raven for information here. Already pre-scouting, because the scouts don't have anything to do. And I see that the enemy Raven has not upgraded the main as well. So that means that he's most likely just gonna play like a similar build order to mine. as he unlocks the yurts a little bit faster than me. He also didn't build a second food building on his farm tile, so that's another difference here. And I'm gonna take carpentry, upgrading main, upgrading scouts, and now I can instantly scout the raven. And after this, I want to scout the snake ASAP, because depending on what the snake does here, I have to get super ready. Like I have to close my main, maybe I have to tower 1 or 2 tiles. I have enough population, like 70 population is nice for rush defend. But I don't have any camps whatsoever right now. I just full went on greed with scouts and relic, because that's what the enemy raven did as well. He went pretty greedy as well, and you can see from the colonizing, he has a tile more than me, which he already colonized, and he got the relic faster. So even if the snake decided to rush this, and even if the snake didn't eco, the raven ecoed. So that's a big indicator of the enemy team going for eco generally, because why would the snake go all in if the raven doesn't, right? So that's nice information. I can also see that he's running 2 docks at the same time right now, and he has not mined any stone. Instead, he is just taking the wolf den. That's the only stone he took. And if you get an elf attack, always write elf. Always write elf in chat. You just saw the pop-up, maybe, like elf attacking me. Elf is on his way to attack me, so we're not doing that. Red event coming up, and what's very, very funny, I have a house on my food tile. So the true play here would have been to destroy my house, build a silo there, and save me a lot of food for the red event, because red event is like super, super nasty. Also, let's solve the starving problem, build a lighthouse, because I want to work as many sailors as I can. And with the raven, if you build raven, you want to have 1 dock with 1 sailor and a second dock with 6 sailors, and the 1 sailor dock always raids with the giant. That's what you want to do. Debating if I want to upgrade the forge. I really don't. I don't want to upgrade my forge, because relic's almost done. I'm not forging that many things here. I'm only forging my sailors, my warriors, and maybe mercenary shields, but I'll have to take a look at the game pace in order to decide that. I can also see that the enemy raven has upgraded scouts as well as upgraded dock here. That's very nice and very useful information. And I'm gonna take another tile with my coins. So I am on the same tiles as the enemy raven, having 2 stone as well. I just finished the relic, and now what's very important, you have to keybind one of your harbors in order to immediately raid everything. These are like the most important tiles, and then I can see there's the snake tile, which is very important. I heavily debated raiding for 3 stone. I would have done that, but I really want to raid the snake tile ASAP, and I want the gold for that, so raiding that immediately, like I said. And then I'm gonna upgrade my harbor in order to increase the production on my harbor with the most sailors. Like this, there's 6 sailors there, that's so much value. I also get the military XP by raiding this, which is very nice. And then I can like raid a little bit for food, like 20 coins for 36 food is nice, that's okay. Considering that I also interrupt this tile. And with this I have my sailors upgraded, working 7 sailors plus 24 coins. Your eco setup is done. The only thing you want now here is upgrading 1 or 2 of your food buildings, and then it's camp time as well as warband time, and that's basically it. So we are set up for the 802. You can see from my resources that I'm like only playing for 802 here, even taking recruitment instead of gear upgrade, because I wanted to go like super greedy here, because I felt like, okay, this game will go on for a little bit longer. In case we lose a fight, it's not GG if I have recruitment. So I'm playing this conservatively. Also sending the scouts back to scout my my teammates. because I want to build relations. Relations, very important to have a steady lore income, especially with Raven. When the map is like fully scouted, you don't usually have that much lore income anymore if you already scouted the map. And yeah, this raid is amazing. Look at this. 1 mercenary with a giant and 150 food from that snake tile. That snake tile is like really boosting me, which is very nice, obviously. So yeah, it's time to build some camps. Building a camp, even though it's in Feast, it's very important because I really need to forge myself as fast as I can. Also raiding 1 stone tile, because with this 3 stone I can upgrade my farm. Plus I'm working 3 woodcutters, very important as well. I need a lot of wood here for the camps, for upgrading the food tile. You can already see me hovering this because I want to upgrade the farm. In hindsight, I think it would have been nice to just upgrade the fish instead, and especially like destroy this house and build a silo there, but I'm severely lacking any kind of wood for this endeavor. But maybe that would have been the play. So I have 1 idol on the war camp, which is obviously not good, but he waits until I have enough wood, excuse me, to build another camp. As I can see that there's the friggin' green war chief in the land VD right now, clearing the joggers most likely. And I'm gonna go for another raid, and here I have to be super careful because I don't really want to feed any units to the wolf, and I know for a fact that the wolf sees all of my tiles because the whole map is scouted, right? We know that the whole map is scouted. So I'm gonna raid all the important tiles. I got 2 camps up, which feels nice, and now I just want to forge my warriors to get ready. Don't forget to raid all the time if it's off cooldown, at least if it's a useful tile, and right now it's like every tile is useful tile here. So yeah, snake heavily converted, and now it's basically like the wolf having to defend the snake. I guess the goat will help out. I'm coming over with my chief as well as my bodyguard, kind of colonizing in the wolf's face, and as we can see that the wolf is fighting the snake, the full 6 snake here in winter, saving the chief, very important. Snake leaving the tile. I'll come with the chief, and what's very nice here, I can snipe the chief with my war chief since I moved over. I don't really know why yellow did not go and help, and I don't really know why green did not harass me, why I helped. But I mean, I'll take it. So after all of this is said and done, I finally get to forge my warriors. I will really need to raid all the tiles. There is so much things to do with Raven. In case you try, like, you start overloading with info like I did, just like make sure to raid the most important tiles in the game. I should have done that here, because yeah, it's super important to always raid, because otherwise I don't get any value from my relic. Right now, pretty rough that I'm on here alone. Yellow, like, kind of going back with chief, kind of going back and forth is pretty rough. I'm gonna lose the tile most likely. Green is just getting so much here. The chief has to leave, so at least that's something, but I'm losing the tile. I lost all the units. The chief just has to leave. Wolf is just way too strong. Honestly, I thought that maybe if yellow brought at least 3 to 4, we would have been easily able to defend that, but yellow didn't bring any warband. It was just chief, so I'm just losing my only war camp tile, which is pretty rough, not gonna lie. And now I remembered, oh wait, there are 3 important tiles to raid, so I'm raiding these. Rifles is raiding my forge tile, And I really don't want this to fall, so I'm gonna pull the pop. I'm gonna bait with my war chief from the other side because you want to have a good entrance with your pop. And then I'm gonna go in. My war chief stays on the left. And I got one warrior there with my war chief. The rest of the pop is just killing all of the wolf units. And this is a nice wipe, even though I lose a lot of population here. Wiping the wolf was super important. What was also super important is that I saved my chief, and I can save up, like heal up my chief back, because iron is an important resource. Iron is one of the most important resources, and yeah, having the extra 5 iron to recruit the chief is pretty bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and retake my war camp tile, and this time around I have spare stone. So I could upgrade my fish, but I need to repair my camps. So I'm working the farm, not really any pop left to work the fish. And as I can see, I actually already have relations. So what I decided here is, okay, I have relations. Let's destroy the scout camp immediately because there's nothing to scout for. The only neutrals on the map are elves, which the wolf will just kill. Usually you want to befriend your neutrals with Raven, but that was not the case here because all the neutrals you want to befriend, or can befriend rather, are getting killed by a wolf. So yeah, I'm gonna repair my camps first before I upgrade anything. And since we both repelled the snake and the wolf, we have a little bit of a breather here. So yeah, I also saw that chat is like, yeah, he's not ready, and Goat is not ready, and then chat is like, yeah, but Goat is more ready than Lars, which is like, that's just slander, right? That's just my chat being rude to me, being rude towards me again, because I obviously had 3 warband as opposed to like 1 warband or no warband from the goat. So that raid on the wolf is nice. Wolf can't enter here, but wolf will enter after the raid leaves. So I'm pinging, always communicating with my team what I want to do. And now you can see I have some gold saved up, so I can convert it a little bit. If I have the food, if I have the wood for that, I will build another camp. And I'm also gonna raid the tile which the enemy snake heals on, because I want to disrupt that. Right, I want to disrupt the tile which the enemy snake heals on and gets the resources from. So basically at this point I'm just bothering the wolf with my units. Will have to be careful though that I don't really want to lose my units again. And with 3 war camps instead of 2, I can go for 6 warriors, which is honestly not that bad. Right, with 6 warriors you can already do a little bit of damage in case the enemy chief goes to me. I'm pinging that he should stay here because we can just kill the wolf in my opinion. I'm losing tiles, which is bad. But he goes back. He's like, yeah, wolf is dead. And I'm like, wait, what? Wolf is dead? I have to check and I don't see anything. So I guess the wolf just lost a fight against the raven. That's what he meant. And in this case, because I have all the spare wood and I don't really need to upgrade anything, because upgrading fisher only makes sense if I have spare population in order to work the fish, I decide to upgrade my war camp instead. And I'm taking this fight as yellow comes, green turns around, and this will effectively be a good old 2v1 as we wipe the whole wolf army. Just he got baited, and I lose like only 2 units. Wolf loses all the units, which is in this case super bad for the wolf. As I'm about to say that, I think I lost a warrior against the Draugr. So yeah, this is very, very, very nice. So the reason why I took the fight, or I chased before yellow was here, because either the wolf has to take the first initial good clash and then gets killed by me and the goat, or he continues to run away and he loses like 1 or 2 units to me, which he should have done. Like that's a mistake I see a lot of players do. If one team chases you, that they turn away and take the fight, like take the 2-second 1v1, which turns into a 1v2 later, instead of just continuing to run away and just losing like 2 units. Because if the wolf would have done that, he would have saved his army. Because now it's a disaster. Wolf is wiped twice, so I guess he has, I don't know, close to 0 coins left. I'm gonna colonize in his face because I want to take all the tiles. And from here on out, I'm just skating in the back. Like, I will go up to 7 warband. I hit 500 fame, so I can even raid his main here. So that's very nice. He can't really enter. I'm raiding the mains, because I want to stop the production there, as well as maybe if another villager comes, it stops the enemy clan from recruiting another villager from the town hall. So the wolf is just killing the giant, because I guess he's kind of desperate for the coins. But instead, like, I deal some damage to his army. He has to heal up. Not that sure if it was worth for him to do, but maybe for the mill XP, it wasn't too bad. Rifles hits 500 as well and raids me as well. And yeah, this tile is done. Zahar has a lot here. That's a lot of yellow. So in any case, if Zahar enters green here, we're gonna wipe him. Just because we repelled the wolf on my side twice, we repelled the first snake. Very well done by our wolf to repel the first initial snake attack. And here, I'm just gonna go up to 10. We could just enter here, honestly, because the units are not near the border. There was no way to tie lock us here. But he instead says, like, yeah, let's raid. A raid will take me 20 coins, though. And I actually want to raid with more units. So, not raiding right now, because I have the raid on cooldown. Going for another sailor, going up to 6 on this. And the wolf enters, takes a very bad enter. The snake follows after that, but it needs some time to follow, and we just have way too much here. Like, this was just desperation attempt. They should have just waited for us to enter the main instead, but I guess they entered because they were afraid of me raiding the main and then entering, which makes sense, right? So yeah, we get the wolf. That's usually GG. In the normal setting, that's GG. I'm gonna do some celebration raids on all the tiles. I'm still like super focused. And what you can take away from this game is, depending on the map, you kind of want to mine iron first. I really like to mine stone first, usually, because I want to upgrade my scout camp as fast as I can, even before carpentry, to just enable my scouts faster. And I usually want to skip carpentry, but in this case I mined the iron first because the stone tile was empty. So that's one thing. Second thing, because I didn't really mine any iron apart from the first iron, and I did relic, I wasn't able to forge my mercenaries and my sheet bearers. So in a normal setting, I would have forged, instead of relic, my mercenaries and my sheet bearers as well, to have a full forged chief with leadership ability. But I didn't do that in this case. And what was super important, and I will keep that in mind for the next games, is that I have to silo my double food tile. Like, I lost so much value here by not siloing my food tile because the timing was awkward with my house. But I should have just, like, went for it. Somehow. I don't know how, but somehow I should have went for it, I feel like. And yeah. that was the game. As you can see, for some of you guys who say, yeah, Raven is so easy, you have to do a lot of stuff with Raven. And if your timing is a little bit off, or if your micromanaging of your units is a little bit off, you can be in big trouble. But like, getting Chief out early, important. Just like dancing, pulling with Pop, fighting with Pop in case anything happens, very important. And yeah, that was the game. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was the Overexplained Raven Part 1. And yeah, I hope you like the series so far. Feel free to support me by liking this video, maybe subscribing, because like about 80% of my viewers are not subscribed yet. But I still like appreciate all of you guys. I'm really happy with that game. The reason why I'm kind of delaying right now is because I want to take a look at the stats. And you can see Purple skipped the recruitment, went for middle instead, and that meant that he unlocked middle strat, which is a huge boost for your army if you have middle strat. So that makes a lot of sense. You can already do that, but apart from that, was same build order, same lore order, and it's kind of is a big indicator of me doing something right if I'm doing something and the enemy is doing the same thing, just a little bit quicker. So yeah, once again, thank you for watching and take care. Bye bye.